You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AFTERBUZZ TV's Anger Management After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Anger Management After Show.
Hey everybody, Bing is for doing, and we are here doing an AFTERBUZZ TV After Show for Anger Management. This is Season 2, Episode 5, Charlie and Jen Together Again.
Yes, they were.
We've been rooting for Charlie and Jen for quite some time, so to see this title was exciting for me.
Anna was very excited.
I was like, yay! No, I wasn't that excited, but I was hopeful.
You were hopeful.
I was hopeful, but we know that there's a 90 episode sign. We're how many? 5 in, so there's another 85 episodes. They probably weren't going to get them together tonight,
right?
But it was exciting to see them back together. So they're thrown together because there's black mold in Jen's house.
I think the actual technical term is Stachybotrys atra.
Wow.
That is what it's called.
Woot. I'm so glad one of you knew that.
I don't know many things, but I know the weirdest stuff when it comes to things.
That's a hell of a fact. Right?
No, I was totally watching and I was just like, it's Stachybotrys. Like, what do you... God, it's not black mold.
That just blew my mind. I had to correct Dua's grammar earlier today. That just seriously.
I'm like an
and
idiot
then she throws out this
savant.
fact of what the word
What just
means.
happened? Yeah, I can't even pronounce
Are we in the
that.
Twilight Zone right now? What is going on?
Okay, so
That's
all right.
Just make up for all the other stupid stuff I will say in the next 20 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I just want to give up right now. I need a nap. All right. Anyway, so now Jen moves into Charlie's house, and they're together again. And it's actually Cait who encourages the move-in. She calls him a sociopath
Sociopath, yeah.
because they were playing a sociopath drinking game.
Well, they took a quiz.
Which they didn't finish, did they?
No. They would have both been dead if they finished that game.
Yeah, they took 3 shots of whiskey in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
That's how I do it. That's how I roll.
Yeah, but that's not safe. Guys,
It's not safe, no.
we don't condone this kind of behavior
No,
on
we don't.
AfterBuzz. I just want to be clear about that.
No, we don't.
What, the taking of tests or the drinking?
The taking 3 shots of whiskey in 10 seconds. Derrial doesn't really do that.
Not at all. It's going to be one of those nights. I
can smell his pores from here. He's saturated. So anyway, so Cait kind of encourages this behavior, and you think she's testing Charlie? Do you think she actually wanted Jen to move in? Do you think she wanted Jen to move in and it to blow up between the two of them, or do you think she was testing Charlie and didn't want Jen to move in?
Go ahead.
Okay, I think she was testing Charlie. It's funny, when it first happened at the beginning, you could even tell that the way she was looking at Charlie, I kind of noticed that she was waiting to see what his move was going to be or how he was going to respond to Jen moving in with him after her suggestion. So I feel like the entire time she was testing him. I feel like she's trying to, see where he's at and act like she doesn't want to be with him in that way. But she obviously, found out later, she does care. So she was testing him, personally, I think.
I agree. I think that everything that Cait does is a manipulation, and it's a test. I know that Anna agrees with that statement. I don't think that she, it's so funny because I believe that Cait thinks that she has everything under control. Mm-hmm. And so she was probably just, telling, hey, yeah, go ahead and move in. And it wasn't until after she moved in that it probably hit her, because she just ended up getting wasted and stalking him.
Well, go ahead, Derrial.
No, I have a question for you too. Can women? This is not a sexist question, but can women separate the emotion when they say that they can separate the emotion, like how men can separate a relationship and emotions? And when women say that they can do it, can they really, really, truly do it? Because Cait is an example of this, where she's this hard woman, but yet at the end of the day, all these emotions get brewed up within her towards Charlie.
Well, I think that it is situational. I really do. Yeah, I think it's possible to separate emotions. I think that if you go into a situation where you obviously care about the person and say, oh, I'm going to sleep with you, but set my emotions aside, that's not going to work.
Right.
That's not ever going to work. But I do think, yeah, it's possible to have sex without feeling. Yes, I mean.
Well,
No pun intended.
it's interesting.
Ba-dum-bum.
Ting.
Ching.
It's interesting that you say that. I feel like I do feel that it's situational, because some women can do it, some women can't. But I really think that the way operationally, the way that men operate, the way that women operate are totally different. Women are more nurturers.
Right.
And I do feel like women will get more emotionally attached because they work with everything more on an emotional level.
Right.
And I don't think men operate that way. And it's just like a good example as far as communication. Men actually speak an average of about 7,000 words a day. Women speak 20,000 words a day.
I love
So
your
it's
facts.
just, it's just, and that's.
Where are you pulling these
I don't
facts
know,
from?
but I just.
Is there like a trick bag behind you somewhere? Here's a fact today. Do it has spoken.
I should have worn glasses today. It would have really made me look smart.
There's a do I know.
So I think. So I think that women will, but women are such pleasers as well and nurturers that they don't want to get emotionally attached, but they do. And I think that it's an issue. I think that you could have seen it coming. As much as Cait always says that she's not emotionally involved, and as hard as she is, and as this like hard exterior shell, you can't have a relationship with somebody like Charlie and not get attached. You know, they have a very intimate relationship. She knows everything about him. So I'm not surprised that this happened at all.
Yeah.
Well, I think that we've veered off topic here.
What's sort of part of it?
Sort of part of it.
Sort of part
But no, but really, but back to Jen, Charlie and Jen. They, I think, have a dear relationship, the two of them. And regardless of whether, you know, he invited her to stay because of Cait's prompting, she did end up staying, and they have a good time. They order Chinese. They fall asleep on the couch. It's
very nostalgic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sweet. So then Charlie pulls a manipulation move and asks Jen on a date to make Cait jealous. But then I felt that they had a genuine moment.
Oh, for sure.
Charlie and Jen?
Charlie and Jen.
Now,
before Cait came and interrupted.
Now, it's interesting that you said that, because I really thought that Charlie said that in the car just to appease Cait and make her feel better. I don't think...
I agree. I think that he was starting to get emotionally attached to Jen again. When they were having dinner, for sure, it was definitely, they had some moments.
So in the car, when he was telling Cait when Cait was drunk that he only did it to make her jealous, I thought that he had made that up.
Well, I think that's how it started. I think that is how it started, that he... Because that's what he told Brett Butler, too.
Oh, yep.
So, yeah, so he canceled on Cait. He had plans with Cait, canceled on her, went out with Jen. So I think that was a manipulation on his part. Mm-hmm. But I think he was having real feelings for Jen and a genuine moment with Jen. And
and that moment where Jen looks at him and she's like, "You've changed." Like, that's, I know it's 2 words, but that's huge. When your ex-wife looks at you like that and she's like, "You've changed." It's almost like, what have I been missing?
I thought she said, "We've changed."
I thought she said, "You've changed."
I don't remember, actually. I know it was changed was in that. I don't know if it was you or
well,
we.
feel free to comment on that. If
She said, "We've changed."
She said, "We've changed."
Oh, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Steven.
Yeah, thanks, Steven. So how did you figure that out so quickly?
Yeah, that was...
I watched the episode.
Oh,
there
very
you go.
nice.
Cha-ching.
Boom.
Booyaka.
So she said, "We've changed." And which is still huge. So
Yeah.
she's recognizing that he changed, and so has she, and they've grown, and maybe they're more compatible now, but that's definitely suggestive.
Yeah.
It definitely opened a door.
And then also, I mean, I even think that some things that Jen does are a little contrived in that sense too, because I hear her when she said she didn't really have a place to stay, but you can't tell me that of all her friends or whoever, the guy, I know that she was saying the guy she was dating, she couldn't stay with him at the beginning, but she could have stayed somewhere else. She stayed with Charlie for a reason. She feels comfortable with Charlie. She still has that connection to Charlie. So she could have gone to a hotel,
Right.
So,
Well, and she also, I mean, didn't she state that she felt like Charlie owed her this because he didn't want to pay for the inspection?
right.
So, or maybe he just has a nicer house than all of her friends and she wants to stay. I don't really feel like there's any like manipulative bone in her body. Like she is like the polar opposite of everything that Cait is in her character. I really feel like she's just all like sugar and spice and very, very sweet.
But I do feel like she does feel more comfortable with Charlie, that, leaving the doors open and leaving the water on. And she probably would be more aware of those things at her friend's house, that, she wouldn't be doing those things and, would be less comfortable. So she's more comfortable there. She gets to be with her daughter. They're kind of playing house.
Do you think that it's odd that she has these kind of like small little habits with a daughter that's OCD? Like, do you think that it would not, like, the fact that she can, like, leave the door open and leave the water on, but, like, her daughter is OCD, don't you think that would, like, drive her absolutely insane?
Probably.
Maybe that's where she got it.
Maybe I was going to say, maybe that's why she has OCD.
Yeah.
And I have to admit that, in previous episodes that we've talked about this, I haven't necessarily wanted those two to get back together. But tonight, I actually really wanted them to get back together, Jen and Charlie. I felt the connection between the two and just how comfortable they were together. And I was like, man, it's nice to have that kind of relationship.
Yeah.
Now,
I want that.
Now, I have a question. It will, like, I mean, there's so many, like, famous television couples that you see with all of that chemistry, like Ross and Rachel from Friends. Like, will it completely tear everything apart if they actually get together? It's almost like...
Will it jump the shark? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Will the sexual chemistry be gone, like, once they're in bed together, Or... I just feel like once you're at the finish line, you're like, what else is left? Like, where else can this story go?
It could. I mean, just because of the fact that, as we saw at the end, there's still certain things that drive him crazy about her. The fart. I don't know where that came from. The fart.
She farts in her sleep.
She farts. The part that. The part where even she left the door open at the end, that still drove him crazy, and like you were saying, the water. So those things would still pop up in the relationship, and I'm sure that was part of, outside of whatever went on, those little things drove him crazy when he was with her. So they'd probably be worse now that he's not used to having them so much in his life every day.
Yeah.
Well, you let us know what you think. Go ahead and give us a little rate and comment on iTunes. We love to hear what you think. We read all the time. And, we haven't gotten comments in a long time on iTunes. So we need to know... Now, this is important, guys. We need to know that you're listening, because if not, this is something that we talk about at AfterBuzz. Is this a show worth doing? Is everybody watching? Is everybody listening? Because, otherwise we can just hang out and talk to each other. We don't need to put lights on. You know what I mean? So
I
please.
enjoy talking to myself.
Yeah, you can tell, I'm sure. But, please rate and comment, 5 stars, whatever. Just, 1 star. Let us know. Let us know you're out there. Let us know you're listening.
Even if your comment's just winning.
Winning.
That's
Winning.
it. That's all we need.
Yeah.
That's all we need.
That's what it says on my shirt.
Yeah. We make special shirts just for this show. We're into it, guys. So we want to know that you're into it too. Be passionate like
And
that.
I don't like yellow.
Yeah. But it matches your microphone, your mug, and
Yes, for the people who can't see us, Anna and I are wearing yellow shirts.
Mine's
and
like a bright
yours
green.
is like a bright green,
Yeah.
lime-ish.
Our executive producer Phil Svitek picked out these shirts for us. These are not our color choices, so thanks, Phil.
Thanks, Philly
Thanks,
Phil.
Phil. Anyway,
Speaking of t-shirts,
yeah. Speaking of T-shirts, we
Thank you, Stephen. Once again.
Nice.
that was a nice segue, actually. Yeah, these T-shirts are not available on AfterBuzzTV.com, but if you go to AfterBuzzTV.com. You're doing great. There's now a link. You can buy AfterBuzz Merch. We have all kinds of AfterBuzz merch. We have shirts, we have sweatshirts, we have onesies, we have mugs, we have totes, all kinds of stuff. So, Valentine's Day is coming up.
Nothing like a onesie to say I love you.
Yeah, that might be a great way to let your fella know.
Yes.
Guess what, baby?
I love you. Boo.
I just got my niece a onesie, and she is adorable.
Oh.
And she rocks the AfterBuzz onesie now. So there you go. Photos to follow. So there you go. Anyway, so we talked a little bit about Charlie and Cait already, but let's get a little bit more in depth. Cait is out of control. She's crossing all kinds of boundaries now. She's now the jealous girlfriend in the therapist seat, which I think is maybe the biggest offense at this point.
Yeah, that's a dangerous combination.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Where does she sleep? In your bed?
Yeah.
Are you sleeping with her? It's just not okay. Charlie really needs a new therapist.
I agree. I mean, even when they were at the restaurant and, Cait stumbles in,
Right.
drunk, I thought that she was going to reveal their relationship. I actually was kind of on the edge of my seat, like, oh, is she going to tell Jen what's going on between these two?
Right.
I mean, that would have been the perfect moment, I guess, in a drunken state. But
what do you think Jen would have done? Because eventually she's going to have to find out, right?
yeah, I mean, they can't keep it a secret forever.
And
Or
so,
I guess they can, but
but Jen can't get mad, can she? Like, would you get mad if you found out that your ex-wife was sleeping with her therapist?
I would not be mad, but I might feel like a fool because of the fact that they've been hiding this so much from me, and then I'm thinking that my therapist or my wife's therapist or ex-wife's therapist is gay, and I'm almost like the joke.
It's not the crime, it's the cover-up.
It's the cover-up. So I would be more
nice.
pissed off about that versus the actual act, I would assume. So.
Yeah.
Right, and it's weird. There's no reason for them to be lying about it. So the
No.
fact that they have been hiding it and she's a lesbian, I mean, it's silly
Yeah.
for the
Well, don't they have to lie about it for the whole association of therapists or something? We talked about this.
well, that would be a reason to lie, but there's no reason to lie to Jen about it. That there's, they're not still married.
I wouldn't want to sleep with my therapist because I just feel like it's too much. Like it's too much conflict. I mean,
It's
I'm
creepy.
telling you my secrets, but then if I'm mad at you, how do you balance that?
You
you
can't.
don't. That's why it's frowned upon.
Yeah.
That's why
Oh,
you
yeah, that's
shouldn't
why.
do it.
That's
Well,
why
if you ever feel bad about it, you always have a therapist to talk to about.
well, but or not.
Yeah.
Or not, right? What if it's about the therapist?
Right.
Well, they're not allowed to tell anyone, so it's like you
That's
have like
true.
the
That's true.
affair that the wife can never find out about because doctor-patient confidentiality.
Confidentiality?
Confidentiality.
That's one of them newfangled
Word of the
words.
day. Word of the day.
I'm from North Carolina. We don't pronounce D's.
All right.
We can't. Okay.
So, you know what I find ironic, though? I do feel like Cait has done this all to herself. She has set herself up.
Yeah.
Because she told Charlie again and again, we are not in a relationship. We are just having sex. I do not like you. Even at the baby shower, it was like, I don't like you, I don't like you, I don't like you. And it always seemed like he was the more romantic one in this non-relationship. Well, now that something has come in between them, just for like a night or two, she's like, if she just went up to him and said, I have feelings for you, I think I'm getting a little jealous, he'd be understanding.
Right.
I think that Charlie wants to be with her on some odd level.
Well, and he set up this fake date with Jen to make her jealous. I mean, that
Yeah.
was his initial intent. And
They're like a match made in heaven.
but she still can't just say, okay, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Okay, I have feelings.
Yeah.
You were right.
Yeah.
It's too scary for her.
It's
And
like War of the Roses.
It is War of the Roses.
It is like I'm not gonna. It is. She's a very masculine, like energy. She's like she doesn't want to lose.
right.
Right. But she proved, also how jealous she is just because when Charlie was sitting on the couch with Jen and she said, which outfit do you want me to wear? The schoolgirl outfit versus the leather lace or latex outfit.
Right.
It was like she was taunting him to say it. So it
Oh,
was like she
yeah.
wanted Jen to find out. you
Yeah.
know? And
Say my name. Say my
exactly,
name.
So she wanted
No
to.
one
she
is
wa-
around you.
Well, we need to get Steven sitting in here with us tonight. I think.
Oh wait a minute. He's not. I thought he was.
We do need a fourth host.
We do need a fourth host. But I think that she's just, she wants it to be revealed. She's losing it at this
Yes.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
but she does it to herself.
She does it to herself.
She
They
does.
said.
What did you guys think about the actress Selma Blair playing drunk?
I thought she did a good job. I believed her. You two
Yeah,
don't.
I just, it was a little overdone.
It was, it's funny because I think that playing drunk well is very, very hard to do.
They say it's one of the hardest things to do as an
It
actor.
is really, because there's such a small margin for error.
Yeah.
And she was good, but she did not blow my socks off. But when you see somebody play drunk well, it is comedically one of the most funny things ever.
Yeah.
So I just, I really felt like I was thinking about it during the scene a lot, which I think says that maybe it could have been worked on just a little bit more. And I think Selma Blair's a great actress in general, but I was just that one scene. And something else, since I'm on a rant, and then I'll be done. One more thing is that Jen, her getting angry at Charlie with Cait there, I didn't buy that either. When she was saying, I'm moving in because you didn't want to get the inspection because it didn't cost enough money. That's one scene too.
I didn't think she was supposed to actually be angry, though.
Oh, she wasn't?
I thought she was more on like a rant.
Yeah. She's like, this is my point.
Yeah.
And I feel like had you said no, that she would have accepted that.
Oh, all right. Yeah, because I was like, man, she doesn't really seem very mad. And maybe if she wasn't supposed to be mad.
I feel like she is very detached and understanding and has been through it with Charlie. And so I think she has like just a really sort of deep understanding and history and connection with him. And so she feels like, she can leave doors open and get away with stuff and feels like he does owe her, maybe not because of the mold, but because he slept with so many people while they were married.
Yeah.
So
That's probably true.
So so I think she probably feels like she has this kind of power over him, whatever, and she probably does.
And she is his baby's mama.
That's right.
That's gold right there.
Yeah.
Can I throw something in there about the drunk acting?
Please.
Well, with acting, like from classes and everything, the problem with a scripted comedy like this is all the beats have to hit right for it to be funny.
Yeah.
And when you're trying to be in a comedy like this and you're trying to pretend like you're drunk, to pretend as you're drunk is to say everything spontaneously. And when it's scripted, it's really difficult to be spontaneous in the moment. So it's just when you don't have enough time to work on that lines and when it's not situational humor, it's a lot more difficult when it's the lines that are the joke as opposed to the situation. Which is why you see people drunk in like American Pie and things like that. It's so believable because it's situational humor as opposed to them saying stuff that makes it believable.
Very well said, Stephen.
Yeah.
That was an astute observation.
I like
was.
it. Yeah. Thank you for that insight.
Words of wisdom by Stephen.
So we keep getting thumbs up from the booth. I love it. So we just really quickly, we had the prison group
Yeah.
this evening. I love that. I always laugh in those scenes. I think
Stephen Taylor shot out.
Stephen Monroe Taylor. Yes, he will be back soon on our AfterBuzz show.
He should
love
bring
him.
the baby.
Bring the baby.
Bring the baby.
So so that was great. And we also saw something interesting. We saw an exchange between Sam and Patrick.
I thought that was so weird. It just, because how do they know each other?
Right. Right. When did this
Hold on,
happen?
wait a minute. Sam, the daughter?
Yeah.
Sam, the daughter. Right. They said, what did she say?
She made fun of his sweater.
She said that the sweater was a cry for help.
Yeah. And then he said she had her laundry from the dry
clothes, you
cleaner. And he said, you
suffocated.
suffocated your clothes.
That's right.
Yeah. And then he said, I win.
Yeah.
Right. So they obviously know each other well enough to have this banter and insult. When did this happen?
Yeah.
Were we asleep? I mean,
I've never seen them interact at all, unless.
agree.
Well, I feel like they do this though. That I feel like the writers will just kind of like pop something in. It's like just because they haven't shown it doesn't mean that it hasn't been going on.
Right.
Which allows them to introduce a whole bunch of things and be like, oh, that's just the way it was,
So I'm interested to see if they give us some backstory about this in the future.
I think it would be really funny. I really think that Sam interacting with the group, I just think that would be really, really funny. Like some, a little bit of like Nolan and all of that. I just think, I think it would open the door with his OCD and like his, crazy as Sam
Crazy
can be.
stuff. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it was just really weird. I was just like, where did this come from?
No.
But I enjoyed tonight them writing the letters and them revealing the letters tonight and how half of them had nothing really to say in their letter. I think Patrick's was my not Patrick. Nolan's was my favorite. I think
Yeah.
the little picture.
The cat?
Yeah.
The cat in the race car?
Yeah.
Did you think it was odd that Charlie also wrote a letter? I would think that he would have everybody else read their letters, but then he read his own. At
He
the
didn't
end.
write a letter.
Yeah, he was. I think he was making that up.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't. So he just read on a piece of paper then?
He was making up in response to Nolan's lack of care for the project.
Got it. Thank you.
So, I think Steven needs to be our fourth host. We'll talk about this after the show.
Yeah, I agree.
I think maybe news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Well, before we get into anything anger management related, I really quickly just want to say our bosses, Kevin Undergaro and Maria Menounos, have a movie coming out, and the official movie trailer for Adventures of Serial Buddies is on their website. Serial Buddies is SerialBuddies.com. Check it out. It's going to be awesome. And then go see the movie.
I can't wait.
This gesture meant news and gossip.
Oh, news and gossip. That's you, Dua.
Sure. Do you want to start us off or?
That's what I had.
That's her news and gossip.
That was my.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, there were a few things. There are a few things that happened. I don't know if you guys saw. Charlie Sheen was on the Katie Couric show. Did you see this?
I did not.
Okay, so he's been giving interviews, and I love that Charlie Sheen always gives these great interviews. He really just like opens up. He's himself, but he actually punked Katie Couric. And they had a clip of this, and it was really funny. You can actually go online and watch it as well if you'd like. He had pretended that he was freaking out in the dressing room, and he had his manager call Katie Couric in, and he's like, I can't do the show. He's like, I just can't do it. He goes, can we tape it tomorrow? And Katie is like, well, do you want to do some breathing exercises? You know, there are 150 people there in seats right now. Can you? And he goes, I just can't do the show. And so she walks out, and she's like, what's going on? And then he finally calls her back in, and he has punked her. Of course, he does the show, and she calls him a jerk. But I thought it was really endearing, and I thought that it showed that fun side of Charlie Sheen. There's also, if you live in LA, if you live in the LA area, you can grab an LA Weekly. He's on the cover of LA Weekly, and it's talking about his new film, In the Mind of Charles Swan III. It is a Roman Coppola film. And I've actually read something in that article, and I would recommend that you read the article. And I did not know this, and this is going to be backtracking to the 80s, but he used to be engaged to Kelly Preston, and he shot her?
On accident, I hear. It was an accident.
I thought that was valid to mention and talk about. And so go pick up a copy of that and read it. And then also I was reading about Brett Butler, that Charlie felt a real connection to Brett Butler because she herself has her own addiction issues that she's going through, and she was fired from Grace Under Fire. So now having her on the show is just kind of a way that they're kind of helping each other out.
Very cool.
So
Friends helping friends.
it is. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steven.
It's who you know. It's who you know. Let's predict some things, guys.
Yeah.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Derrial, start us off.
I predict that Jen is soon will find out about Cait and Charlie. And I think that she is not going to care as much as they think that she is going to care. That's my prediction.
All right.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Say that again.
I thought that was pretty clear.
Okay, let's start over remix. Charlie and Cait's relationship will be found out by Jen, and I think that when Jen finds out, she's not going to really care at all. I think that they're making such a big deal about it, but I don't think that when she does finally find out that they are sleeping together, she's going to care at all.
All right. All right. I don't really have anything. I don't really have any predictions. I just wanted to know is Martin Sheen going to be on? We missed him this episode, and
Yeah, he has signed on for, I want to say 45 episodes, and Charlie had said that he hired his dad to help keep an eye on him, which I thought was really sweet. But yeah, and responsible.
thanks. Actually, it was another thing in the Katie Couric interview that he mentioned. Katie had asked him about what his father said during his whole meltdown, and his father called him on the phone, and he goes, "You need to find out. You need to get back to your true self. You need to get your money from the network," talking about 2.5 Men, "and you need to take care of your kids." And that's what his father And that's what his father said to him, and that was the advice, and that's what he immediately did. So
Nice.
it all goes hand
Dad
in
knows
hand.
best.
Yeah, there it is. Do you have any predictions, Anna?
I'm going to stick with a prediction I made a few weeks ago that Sam will have a boyfriend. They're going to introduce a boyfriend for Sam, and that'll be a storyline. And I predict that we're going to have to see some background story about Sam and Patrick.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see some Sam stories coming up.
Excellent.
Where can we find everybody?
Well, hello, I'm Dua Kaissi. You can find me on Twitter, DuaKaissi on Twitter, or you can find me here Monday nights buzzing about Shaws of Sunset.
Hey, I'm Derrial Christon. You can find me at DerrialChriston on Twitter and on Facebook, and you can find me on Sunday nights here for The Walking Dead as well.
And I'm Anna Koppel. You can follow me at Koppel from Mayor, KOPPELFOR, MAYOR. You can find me here other nights too, but you should just internet stalk me. That's fine. Anyway.
They all do.
They all do.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.